I've joined a gang. This is Nancy, and that's what happened to her and her 15-year-old daughter, Nicole. But she wasn't 15 then, was she?
No, she was 11.
11? 11.
11.
Somebody was asking me about ages, so let's go down to the 11 bracket now. You said this was a total nightmare.
Oh,
How did she change?
Well, I literally sent her off to school one day in her, regular 11-year-old clothing, and she came home. She had big hair. She had her eyeliner out to here.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people look like that. I used to
not
look
at
like
11
that.
years old.
Okay.
She had the black lipstick on. Her clothes was changing. Her friends were completely different.
But how do you know that just wasn't a rebellion? I mean, I would think...
Well, she started getting into fights constantly.
Okay.
The phone would ring at least 3-4 times a day from school. She was getting suspended all the time.
Okay,
she was
now
getting
you're
kicked
talking.
out.
And she ran away a lot, right?
I lost track at 48.
48?
48 times.
Kid does not want to be home.
No, she didn't want to
She
be.
also became violent to you and your husband.
Oh, yeah.
What did she do?
What didn't she do? Well, she kicked holes through our doors. She would push me around constantly and then turn us in for child abuse when we weren't even, doing anything. We didn't even
How many
spank
times
her.
did she turn you in for child abuse?
10 times.
Don't give any of the kids listening that idea. This is not a great idea.
Well, it didn't work because, of course, we got investigated, and the first time it was a major insult to my family. This lady came.
If your kids
She came over and she said, well, Nicole's claiming that you're beating her and you're not taking care of her and all this other stuff. And I said, well, take her down to the hospital, get her an MRI, and you're not going to find anything. She has no broken bones. She has nothing, and she just...
She threatened you with knives, and this is going to sound funny, but it probably isn't. She stabbed the waterbed while you were sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you have a flood? What happened?
Well, no. Well, we had the liner up and everything, but no, we woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning to body temperature water, and it was like, God, this must be one big hole, for so much water. And sure enough, it was pretty well sliced open. And then from then on, we locked our doors at night because we were afraid she'd come in and try to kill us. She was always threatening to kill us.
How was she jumped into the group?
She hasn't really talked to me much about it. I really didn't want to know about it. She was gone for 15 days one time, and that's when she got jumped in, because...
Now, here's something that confuses me. You have told us, and I don't think this is something the audience knows, that the gang members threatened your life. What happens, girls, when you all say you love your mother, and one of your homies says, great, I'm going to kill your mother?
No, my homeboys don't do that because I'll kick their ass myself. That's on everything.
This is showing you, right? Okay.
This was a rival gang, and they were calling up and, telling Nicole they were going to kill her and everything, and I didn't believe her. I mean, I would not believe a thing she would tell me. She lied all the time. And finally, she's like, Mom, here they are on the phone. And so I picked it up and I said, what the hell are you going to do? Why do you keep calling my kid? We're going to kill her, and we're going to do a drive-by by your house tonight. And, and from then on, we got probably like 5 more different calls where they were threatening me on the phone. We're going to come by and kill your family and all this other stuff. And we had a brick house where we lived there. And we would literally sit on the floor watching TV because if they did do a drive-by, the only damage that would probably occur to us would be that we'd be shattered with glass.
Okay.
And I mean, it was really a drag having to...
Not a way to live.
That's not a way to live.
Okay,
and
you say that the gang practically destroyed the whole family.
Yeah. Well, after work, we would drive around for about 2 or 3 hours.
Afraid to go home.
Well, we didn't want to go home because of all the arguing, all the household destruction going on. And, by that point, it had turned into verbal abuse from every direction. My husband would go into the bedroom, watch TV, Nicole would be in her room, and I'd be in the kitchen watching TV, and that's how our day was.
Let me ask you something. What do you think about this lady? To me, and I hear a lot of people talk, this is a very strong lady. You agree? The good news is that this lady and her husband are very strong, and maybe there's an answer for people out there. They decided to fight like hell to get their daughter out of the gang, and they won. Can we have your daughter come out?
Sure.
Okay. Can I have her daughter come out, please? Yeah. I'm going to find out what happened when Mom and Dad says, basta, Italian. Nicole, when we hear all the things you did to your mother and dad, how does that make you feel?
God, I regret everything I did. They
What?
they stuck by me no matter what I did. They were always there, and
What, baby?
Nicole, tell me, they put you in hospital. What did you do? What turned her around?
Well, we put her in 4 different hospitals. We went to parenting classes. We went to group therapy. We went to individual therapies.
And you moved
And we moved.
to get her daughter out of the gang. Now,
And we
Are you-
also prayed a lot.
are you glad? That's very important. Are you glad you're out?
yeah.
Okay. There's only one little worry. Nicole is 5 months pregnant, and the father is one of the gang members. Does that scare you? No?
No, I have my family to back me up through everything.
Do you have any advice for our 2 young girls who want to join a gang?
Oh, you're gonna have to go through so much. My homeboy got his face blown off right in front of me. His blood splattered on me. I had to go to his funeral, and I couldn't even pay him my last respects and see him because we had to have a closed coffin. And if I could go back and tell myself a few years ago, hey, don't do it, it's gonna be like this, you're gonna see this, you're gonna go through that, I would have said, hell no, you know?
And you know how strong her parents were? And I'm a single parent, I can be stronger.
Nicole, you called us. Why? You wanted to do something about your mother.
Oh, okay.
Do you
Well,
still want to? You don't have
Yes,
to.
I do.
Why?
I wrote her a poem because I love her so much, and I want to tell her once again, I'm sorry I put you through everything. You know, if I could change that, I would not, or I would. Okay. Okay. Here goes. Up to no good in the hood where I played. You raised me up right, but I still ran away. The life that I lived was fun at the time. I got my respect, but I still did the time. My homeboys weren't there when I fell to the ground. But when my eyes opened, who was to be found? My mom and my dad, the creators of my life, the ones who really cared, were the ones still by my side. Thank you, Mama, for the love that you gave. Now I see you in a very special way. I've said it once, but I'll say it again. You're not just my mom, you're my very best friend.
We'll be right back.